Do you ever feel as if you're just going through each day, wondering if there's more to life? What if you could tap into the magic that adds meaning and purpose to your life? As Mark Twain once said, the two most important days of a person is the day on which he's born and the day on which he finds out why. So, in today's video, we are going to discuss what is purpose. We're going to dive deep into debunking the myths related to finding your purpose, and we're going to discuss key practical steps so that you can get started on your journey to exploring your purpose in life. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all the amazing tools to transform your life and manifest your dream reality. Today's video, we're diving deep into purpose. I found it so interesting that the Oxford Dictionary definition of purpose is the reason for which something exists. And that's the thing. When we have purpose, when we have this inner compass, then that gives us the resolve and determination to handle any occurrences along the way of our life. In the absence of purpose, one can feel lost. As Elon Musk says, life can't just be about solving problems every day. We must wake up and be excited about the future that we are creating. Purpose is the deeper why that drives your actions and adds meaning to your life beyond survival or fleeting happiness. Purpose is not just a goal or a job. In fact, it is a guiding force that combines your values, your strengths, and impact in the world. Purpose is almost like a North Star that guides you through the challenges of your life. Purpose is different from passion. Passion is like short term excitement, but purpose is often enduring and quite often it involves serving others. Research shows that 46% of adults feel there is a lack of clear sense of purpose and which contributes to a feeling of emptiness within them. When we tap into our purpose, we are able to have a visceral experience where things flow. We enter like a state of flow where time and action, they feel as if they're just flowing. Actions feel effortless. As per the famous Japanese concept of ikigai, a state of flow is a profound mental space where one loses track of time and activity because of complete immersion in that activity. And this losing the track of time and self creates a profound mental state of joy and satisfaction in the purpose. So that's why these states of flow, they are portals to finding your purpose. So as per ikigai, your purpose is the intersection of four key points: what you love to do, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for doing. So when you find an intersection of these four things, that's when you're really tapping into your purpose. So if you see the purpose, it shifts the focus from self and from our own needs to the impact that we have on the world, to the outside world. And that's why it creates a sense of belonging to something far greater than us, which boosts our resilience, mental health, and also our longevity. As Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to find our gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. But misconceptions about purpose can prevent you from this amazing blissful journey. So let's debunk some of the common myths that people have connected to finding your purpose. Myth number one, that you should have found your purpose by a certain age. This could not be far from true. People feel that you are behind if you haven't found your purpose in your 20s or 30s. But reality is, you can find your purpose at any age. It can be 40s, 50s, teens, 20s, literally at any time. To give you some examples, J.K. Rowling did not publish her first novel till 32. Vera Wong entered fashion in 40s. Colonel Sanders opened KFC in his 60s. So there is no age on which you will be finding your purpose. purpose. So if you feel as if you haven't logged into your purpose till now, then keep going on this blissful journey of exploring and finding your purpose. Myth number two, that your purpose stays same throughout your life. Actually, purpose can evolve with the different life stages and as you evolve as a human being. A 2022 AARP study showed that 31% of the people over the age of 50 reported finding new purpose with career changes or with retirement. And so it's important to understand that purpose often it can evolve with how you change in life. As C.S. Lewis said, you are never too old to dream a new dream or set a new goal. Myth number three, that you already have to be really good at your purpose. I've often not found that to be true. What I've seen as purpose is generally a combination of many different skills which are unique to you, that set of combination of your unique skills. And that's how purpose becomes so unique to you. So it involves like a combination of the things that you like, that you're already good at, and it may involve some things that you actually already haven't mastered, but you understand that this is the path I want to take in the long run, and you're ready to improve yourself, you're ready to put in the work. Because think about it, when Elon Musk decided to make rockets, he did not know how to make a rocket, but that doesn't mean it wasn't his purpose. He just realized that that's the path he is ready to take, and he was ready to put in the effort, to put in the work and improve every day with every launch. And then that's how he is now living his purpose. Another myth that people have when it comes to purpose is sometimes they confuse purpose with the social media messaging, but like think about it. Do you think this amazing life where every minute of our time can never be replenished, the purpose of it can be to get that bag or to get that watch, right? Like if you want to engage in those materialistic desires, go ahead and engage in that. But the important thing is to realize that if you think that is going to give you some state of happiness or some state of purpose or belongingness or long term fulfillment, then that's not happening. Then you're deluding yourself. So, add clarity is very, very important. Myth number five, many people believe that their purpose have to be something great and it has to be world changing. Actually, that is not true. As Stephen Covey said, the purpose of life is to find your voice and help others find theirs. So it doesn't matter how big or how small you are, when you're able to tap into something that's authentic and meaningful to you, and you're able to somehow contribute to the world in big or small ways, then that is your purpose. Okay, and a recent survey shows that 67% of the people feel that their survey has to be grand, which actually causes them stress and prevents them from going towards their purpose. Now that we have debunked some of the common myths connected to finding your purpose, let's see the key practical steps that you can take to find your purpose. So, one of the most important tools I've seen that works is creating your life story. So, create like a timeline of your highs, lows, the lessons that you have learned along the way, and you'll see that a lot of times we're able to find our calling because of some pain that either we have experienced, some lesson, major lesson that we had to go through, or with or something that we saw around us or in the world, and that meant really meaningful to us. So you can have a calling for preventing child abuse or women empowerment or nature preservation, space exploration, anything that really had a calling for you. A lot of times we say that someone really needs to do something about this, and that someone often is us. That is our calling. The second key tool is going to be our inner child work. So, when we start connecting to this inner child, we are able to tap into these hidden desires, these hidden talents that we've had, but we somehow let go because we wanted to fit in, or we wanted to please our caregivers, or we just felt as if it was not a very good decision to pursue them. Often people have a lot of talents, but because their caregivers don't feel as if it's going to lead to a financially fruitful career, they ask them to leave it, which is okay at that time. But now, as we have grown up and we are trying to find our purpose, it becomes quite meaningful to start connecting with your inner child, start tapping into things that once meant meaningful to us, that once brought joy to us. And it's not that all of it will be your purpose. A lot of times you'll be uh, tapping into things that are actually hobbies, but the key point is when you're able to combine these things which you're good at with your calling, in a way that you serve yourself and you serve the world. That is the bliss point where you find your purpose. Another very good tool for finding your purpose is journaling. Asking yourself that what is the legacy that I want to leave behind when I am older? What is it that I would want to have accomplished? What is it that's meaningful to me? Because different things can be meaningful to different people. For someone, it could be earning a huge wealth. For someone, it could be actually changing, this community around them. It could be to launch a rocket to Mars. So find out what actually means something for you in terms of achievement, in terms of success. What does that mean to you? What does that look like for you? Okay, and another thing that you can ask yourself is, what is it that lights me up? Because a lot of times when we engage in the state of purpose, we feel as if time just flows. We feel as if this thing is actually giving us energy instead of draining us. Most of the people, they say that when they are engaging in their purpose, they can do it whether they are sick, or whether they are tired, whether they're happy, sad, because this purpose is so meaningful to them that it actually gives them energy. So finding those questions, what is it that's lighting me up? What is the impact I'm trying to make? What is the legacy I would like to leave behind? When you start answering those questions on a daily basis, that's when you're able to uncovered, these deep layers of your psyche. It's almost like an archaeology, where you're digging into the deep layers of your own psyche. Another key tool for finding your purpose is to engage in different philosophies or approaches. If you want to use psychology for finding your purpose, there's a book called Five Forms of Intelligence that helps you find out what is your innate level of intelligence and how you can use that to serve the world. There's something called a personality test, which you can take online, and that tells you what is your particular personality, and then what is the kind of activities that will be most suited to you. What are the professions that will bring you the most fulfillment? You can also look into astrology. I will link the video down below that I also made for using astrology to find your purpose. I found astrology to be very useful. You can use the knowledge of North Node and South Node to find out what is the thing that will actually bring you satisfaction and even possibly success in your life, right? And I have seen that these different philosophies, they can, even if they're not able to tell you exactly what you need to do, they are able to give us a sense of direction, from which to like look. Or sometimes it also validates something that we already know. Like for instance, you want to pursue a career in spirituality, but you're not very sure if it's for you. But then when you dive deep into these different approaches and philosophies, and they also confirm things about you that you already know, that's when you get a confirmation that, yeah, this is the path for me. Okay, so I hope you're going to use all of this knowledge to start working towards your purpose. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the purpose of life is not to be happy. The purpose of life is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, and to have it make a difference that you lived, and you lived well.